In the next 15 minutes, you are going to watch an AI employee do 3 hours of work live. My screen, no cuts, no edits. I'm talking about the actual work that used to eat up my Sundays. And here is what you should be concerned with, okay? Most people are still typing questions into a chatbot and calling that using AI. That was fine in 2023, but it is actually costing you now. The people winning right now stopped chatting with AI and they started giving it a job, and almost nobody will show you what that actually looks like. Okay, so I am about to show you everything. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which side of the line you are standing on. If you are new here, I am not your typical tech voice. Over 20 years in business, over 10 years in career sales, featured on Forbes as an AI business strategist, and more than 10 hours inside these tools. I am absolutely obsessed with AI. One thing before I share my screen, most of you watching right now are not subscribed. Diabolical. If this channel is helping you build, I need you to hit subscribe. This content needs to reach people like you. That's it. I'm a woman that doesn't waste time. So with that being said, let's get to work, okay? So let me set the scene right now. Every Sunday, I used to lose 4 hours of my life. Notes in 5 different places, a half-written offer, a content plan that lived in my head, and a spreadsheet I kept promising to update. Coffee, honestly, going cold. Phone face down so I could focus, and by the time I looked up, the whole afternoon, yes, was gone. Does that sound familiar? Let me know in the comments. And here is the crazy part. I was using AI the whole time, but I was using it like a chat buddy. I asked a question, it gave an answer, then I did all the work. Ask, answer, work. Ask, answer, work. Every single Sunday. I thought I was ahead of the game because I was using AI, okay? And I thought I was ahead, but in the reality of things, I was not ahead. Then I made one shift. I stopped asking AI questions and I started giving AI jobs, okay? And I want you to hear the difference on this one. A question gets you an answer. A job gets a finished work. And when you give AI a real job, it opens the files, it reads the notes, it builds the documents, it hands you back work actually done while you do something else. And that sounds small. It is not small. It is the whole game. At the end of the day, the tools did not change. The way winners use them did. And I would rather show you than tell you. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to show my screen right now and we're going to get to work, okay? Okay, let's start building, guys, and let's get to work. Okay, so I want you to look at my screen right now. This is Claude, aka my bestie, my best friend in the whole wild world. I'm just joking. But Claude is like my favorite AI tool right now, hands down. It's the same company that you see me talking a lot about in other videos. It is owned by a company called Anthropic, but I want you to really look closely here, okay? I am not in the regular chat, so I'm just gonna hover over it here, right here. I am not in the regular chat. I am in something called Cowork, and I'm gonna make this super loud and clear for those in the back. I want you to understand what these different tabs even mean. So chat is like talking to a smart friend, okay? Super intelligent. You can sit there, have conversations, but it actually doesn't run off and do the task, okay? It is somebody that you can chat with. You ask a question, it responds back, you vent, you build really, really small things, okay? Then we have Cowork. Cowork is handing work to a very, very well-polished employee that can do a lot of things, that is diverse. It can open folders on your computer. It can read files. It can build documents, spreadsheets, and full presentations. And it actually works while you step away from your computer, which is fantastic. And you might be thinking, Edwina, okay, this actually sounds like every other AI tool I've ever seen, but I want to be super clear with you. It's not, okay? And you are about to see why with your own eyes. So Cowork, again, is my bestie. This is where we get all the work done, okay? So the very first thing that I want to stop and look at is these models. For this particular session, I'm going to be using Sonnet 5. It is actually new to the market, and I've been using it for the last couple of days, and I don't really see a huge difference between Sonnet 5 and Opus 4.8. So for this one, we're not really working on truly complex task. So I'm going to use Sonnet 5, but you can literally choose any model that you wish to use. And as you can see, Fable is now with us. Like, thanks, Anthropic. Thank you. Oh my gosh. The last couple of weeks, I'm not even going to lie, has been very tough because it's like you've tasted the best of the best and then they take it away from you. So anywho, as of right now, we have access to Fable 5, which is fantastic. But for this session, I'm going to be using Sonnet 5. Okay. So I just want you to always remember that the model is important. I want you to think of the models like employees. Some of them are interns, some of them are closers. And I only hand my business to a closer. So I'm only using certain type of models. And like I said, don't pass go without choosing the right model for the task that you're actually working on. Second thing is I connected Cowork to folders on my computer. Okay. And I'm going to connect in this particular working environment. I'm going to select a folder that we're going to be using, just one. The folder is where I'm going to be dumping my messy notes, and I want you to watch what happens. That folder is about to become the most valuable folder I actually own. Perfect. So what I've done is I've selected a folder, and this folder, like I said, is going to be very, very valuable to what we're actually working on. Now watch closely, okay? I am about to hire an AI employee on camera right now, and here is the job. Every week, I want to turn my raw notes into 3 things: a client-ready offer page, a week of content, and a tracker for my pipeline. That used to be 3 hours minimum. So look at what I type here. And I'm just going to do a quick voice dump. I actually love to use a tool by Whisper Flow, and that is usually how I get work done. I don't really type into on a keyboard anymore. I couldn't tell you actually the last time that I typed on a keyboard, but what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to do just a messy voice note right now. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to hit FN on my keyboard to get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to do a quick voice dump. Good morning. Open my Monday notes folder and read everything in it. My voice dump is messy on purpose. That's how I work. I need 3 things back, done immediately, not any drafts. I need number 1, a 1-page offer doc for my AI income accelerator, clean enough to send to a client today, using the pricing and the bonuses from my notes, write it in my voice. Number 2, my content plan for next week, 7 days, Instagram and YouTube. Pull from my content ideas file, match each idea to the audience notes. Number 3, I need a pipeline tracker as a real spreadsheet. Every lead from my notes, columns for my name, offer, stage, next step, and dollar value. Total the pipeline at the bottom of it. Save all 3 into a new folder called Monday Output, and I need you to go right now. Okay, so notice what I didn't do, right? I did not write some perfect magic prompt. I wrote a job description, who it is for, what I need, what done looks like. Okay, the same way you would actually brief like a real employee. And I'm just going to pause right here because I feel like some people forget, and this is why people get upset with AI, because they think that AI should know everything. But you have to take the steps to actually explain exactly what you're doing. Especially if you're new to Claude, it needs to know what good even looks like, right? So don't get frustrated with the tool, get frustrated with yourself, unfortunately, if you haven't given it as much context as possible. Okay, so always think about it as an employee, right? And you're literally giving it the information that it needs to be successful. Okay, so I gave it something called a master prompt, and I want you to think of it as like an employee handbook for your AI. Who I am, what I sell, how I talk. I broke down all of that in another video on this channel. Right now, just watch what makes it possible, okay? Okay, so I want you to just sit here and watch this with me. Look at what it's doing. It's actually making a plan. It's going through step 1, step 2, step 3. It is opening my folder. It is reading my notes, and I am not touching my keyboard, right? So be for real. This is amazing. Diabolical. The first time I watched this, I sat back in my chair, 20 years in business, and I have never seen my work happen without me, okay? So while it's working, let me be clear about who this is for. This is for people building a real business. Maybe you are closing your first $5,000 a month. Maybe you are pushing past $50,000. Either way, you are building something that has to last. Now, tools like this are an investment, okay? Everything worth owning is. So if you came here looking for a free shortcut, let me save you 10 minutes. This video is not for you. And that's okay. But if you are the one who invests in your business, in your skills, in your own name, stay with me, because what you are watching on the screen is the best hire you will ever make at this price. Okay. And literally you could purchase or sign up, subscribe for $20 a month. That's all you need, right? And I don't really go back and forth with, someone about where's the free plan. No. Put the money up, because the return on investment is insane. Okay. Because like I said, what you're watching right now on screen is going to be one of the best hires you make in 2026, 2027, 2028, all the way to 2030. And the gap between the people who know this and the people who do not is actually getting wider every single week. Okay. So quick pause, because I need you to hear this part. What I am showing you today is powerful, but let me be honest with you. Prompts alone and building these things won't make you money. Setting up an AI employee will not make you money. Okay. The money is in the system that connects to all of this. Okay. And this Sunday, I am teaching this full system live. Free workshop. The link's in my bio. Pause the video right now and have a look at the description. The link is there. Now, I am a woman who gets straight to the point, zero fluff. I don't like to waste your time. So with that being said, let's get back to it. Okay, so have a look at this, my friends. It is actually done. So let's look at it. So remember the very first thing before I even open the document, we needed a one-page offer, right? And I kind of just fudged a lot of the information as I went through it. But the beauty of it is that I want you to look at this is let's open to see what it's built here. So I'm just going to click here. It's going to open up in screen. I'm just going to move me out the way. This is the one-page offer that we asked it to do. It's structured, priced in my voice, because it actually read my notes, not the internet's notes. It read my notes. Okay. And that's the beauty of Claude that I love, is that you can provide it as much information on the back end and it will be able to pull through and be able to create these wonderful things. So as you can see, here's the one pager. And don't forget, my friends, we did tell it to create a full week of content, right? So let's have a look at what it did. So here we go. Here's a full week of content. It says July 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Right? A full week of content mapped out for my audience. That hook came straight out of the ideas file. Okay. And it connected the dots for me, as you can see, which is beautiful. And last but not least, I do believe we said we need a whole spreadsheet, right? That we needed to keep the pipeline going for us. So let's have a look to see. So look at that. Beautiful. It came up with an actual tracker, pipeline tracker, a real spreadsheet, formulas and all. And I want you to look at this, right? This is the number. This is the number that it came up with, the math. Crazy. 3 hours of my old Sunday where I was sitting and doing all of this for, like, let's say manually. And this literally took minutes, right? And it never even called in sick. So I just wanted to actually open this up here so you can see. Just give me 1 second, because I want you to see the Excel, the actual Excel document that it's worked on here. So as you can see, here is the Excel document, because I know people are going to be like, Edwina, that wasn't an Excel document. Yes, it is. It's right here. Okay. So again, these are all fudged information, but you can see the opportunity of a lifetime that we have available, that we don't need to hire anybody to do that. We can pay $20 a month and get it to really synthesize and organize our information for us. Okay. So if you're new to my corner office, I always tell you guys, do not accept the first offer, the first draft. Okay. Of anything that these AI tools give out to you. Okay. So there's something that I'm going to really push with it on is I'm going to talk to it right now. I'm going to say the offer page is good. Make it tighter, shorter sentences, be more direct. That's how I talk. So I want you to watch this because I just gave it feedback the same way that I would give a real employee feedback, right? I don't rewrite it myself. I'm not going in and typing things. I'm literally just telling it what I need done, right? And I'm going to click on go. And then what it's going to do, it's going to review the offer that it came up with, and it's going to take the recommendations that I've put here together. I'm not doing anything at this point, right? I'm still just here being the operator, right? And the overseer to make sure that it's being done the way that I like it. And technically, I could have walked away. Like I can even walk away right now, go grab a cup of tea, coffee, go eat some snacks and relax a little bit, come back and this is done, right? I honestly get so excited about AI. I'm so excited because I used to have to hire people to do this for me or do it myself. So I really want you to have a look at what it's done. So remember we told it to tighten every line now, right? So it's revalidating, it's tightening the lines. Look at this. There's the one-pager offer, which is super important. Having a clear offer when you go to the marketplace, hands down, is so powerful. And we just did that in a couple of moments, okay? So one thing that I want to show you that's left is I want to set this up to run every Monday at 7 a.m. Okay. So I wanted to read whatever is in my Monday notes, right? Because remember, it's pulling from my Monday notes folder where all my brain dump, voice dumps live, right? And I wanted to build the same 3 things and save them in a dated folder. It should be waiting for me before I sit down at my desk. Okay, so let's just have a look here. I'm just going to give it that information right now. So one more thing, I want you to set this up to run every Monday at 7 a.m. Read whatever is in Monday notes that week, build the same 3 things and save them in a dated folder. It should be waiting for me before I sit down. Okay, so I just told it exactly that. Do this every Monday at 7 a.m. So next Monday, while I am with my son, this work happens without me. And this is not a tool anymore, my friends. This is what we call a team member, an employee. So let me repeat this for somebody all the way in the back. The work happens without me. That is the line between people who use AI and people who employ AI. So I'm literally going to go diabolical, okay, and see what happens and what it's about to do for us. So let's connect the dots while it's working away. There are 3 levels to this. Level 1 is chatting. You ask a question, you get answers, you still go off and do the work, okay? And then that is where most of the internet lives. Level 2, which is prompting. You write better instructions, you get better answers, but it is still one task at a time. And it is still you doing most of the work and pushing through. And then we have level 3, which is employing. It's us being an operator in this AI world. You build AI employees that know your business in and out and produce finished work on repeat, with or without you. Now, here is what nobody tells you about level 3. Getting there is not about learning more AI. It is about knowing your business well enough to write the job description, okay? What you sell, who you serve, what you're doing, what does done even look like? That is the part that no tutorial teaches, because that part is not an AI skill, to be honest. It is a business skill. I watch people get this wrong every single day. They collect tools like Pokemon cards. A new tool drops, they are signing up and chasing after it, but they have never actually sat down and get clear on their own freaking business. Okay? So the tools is not going to allow you to walk into Magic Land and all of a sudden start making money. You need to be able to explain to these tools exactly what you're doing, what you're up to. You don't actually need to go talk with anybody or get to be honest, you really don't. You can leverage these tools as much as possible. You don't need to go hire anybody, any staff. You can build into these tools, right? So let's be for real. The problem was never the tool. And at the end of the day, this is why some people get magic out of these tools, and some people get those generic responses and generic mush, and then they run online and they say AI is trash or AI is not good. The tool is the same. The operator is not. Okay, so let's have a look to see what's happened now. So right now I told it to schedule it. Look at this. And if I click on schedule, this is actually going to run every Monday morning for me at 7 a.m. Look at this. It says set. Every Monday at 7:03, it reads whatever's sitting in Monday notes, builds the offer doc, content plan, and pipeline tracker in your voice, and drops it in a dated Monday output. So we just got to be let's just sit back for just with what happened here, okay? Because I showed you just one thing to do, but in my world, if you do things more than twice, it needs to be scheduled. It needs to be brought into Claude Cowork, okay? So I just wanted to make that super clear that this is not an AI tool run. This is a business run. And if you're actually really good at communicating, this season of life is for you. Okay. So if you've made it all the way here, I want to talk directly to you because most people clicked away when I opened my screen. Okay. You did not, my friends. That tells me something about who you are. So I am not going to lie to you. I get worried when I meet people who watch a demo like this and feel nothing, right? That actually concerns me because someone in your exact lane with half of your experience just handed the same work to an AI employee, and starting today, right, that person is moving twice as fast as you. And I want to be honest with you, this gap does not close on its own. Okay, so here's my challenge for you today. Not this weekend, not when life stops acting up. I'm talking about now. Okay, do it now. Today, give AI one real job, not a question. I'm talking about a job. That is how you hire your first employee. 10 minutes of doing this beats hours of watching and doing it every single time yourself. Let's be for real. Okay, those days are done. So if you made it this far and you found this super valuable, please talk back to me. I read every comment. Okay, so talk back to me. What would you love to see me train you on? And again, thank you guys so much for the love and support that I've been receiving on my channel. I have some exciting news coming up for you. You guys are going to be blown away with everything that I'm doing. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.